1974, Sir John Kerr was appointed Governor-General on the recommendation of Mr. Whitlam.
Dr. Barry, London News. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This video I'm putting up today, it's got a lot of stuff which I can't really show on YouTube because I'll get smacked. So I'll be very naughty if I continue with it. Can you please move across over to Rumble, and I will put the address up so you can have a look, and the rest of the video is on there. Look, it's quite an important one to see. It's a lot of facts on, of course, but I do have to express some things which I have very strong opinions about, and I can only do that on Rumble. Anyway, London News signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all soon on YouTube and on Rumble. Bye for now. Today's video is about a lot of things which needs to be changed. You take these guys in the background, they fought for our freedom. They died for it. That's exactly what they believed. But in actual fact, these poor men died in vain. Both sides of the political arena at the time, and still the same criminals running the world, the rich and powerful, had a bet each way. They died for absolutely nothing. They were called phony wars, and they were phony because they were just the rich and powerful, the politicians, which are nothing more than criminals regardless of what political party they're in. They're there for themselves. They couldn't give a rat's butt about you, I, or anybody else. So nothing has changed from these days. We have still got wars going on at the moment, and the only people benefiting is the rich and powerful in the sales of weapons, perhaps, or everything else. But we're, as the people, are not benefiting from anything.
The only good thing about Tory governments is it produces good music in protest. That was against Margaret Thatcher. This is against John Howard.
I like fighting Tories. That's what I do. That's what I do.
That's what he does. Yes, Labour leader Anthony Albanese is so confident of becoming our next Prime Minister that this week he started fantasizing that he is Bob Hawke and John Howard all rolled into one. Imagine that, Albo.
Bob Hawke was one of Australia's most popular Prime Ministers. A man...
Hawke do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law, so help me God. Not involved in some confection or cosmetics. We are about a fundamental change in the way government operates and the way it cooperates with important sectors of the Australian community.
There's lots of other people out there. This trouble is, again, with independents, they're all Greens. Not all of them, but the majority of them are bloody Greens. Now, what you have to remember in Australia, that we have no political parties under the Constitution, which was a stride written off. And have a look at his video, mate. You can see him where he slides his hand down the side so he can fit the Queen in for photoshopping. And it's all your fault. Not you, but the majority. And until we get the people stand up, the men and women of this country get off their asses, get themselves an independent ID, instead of producing their driving license, their ID cards, or their passport in places as identification, you're still being wimps. Get yourself an independent ID and state the fact that you are part of common law, you stand under common law, and you are not a person. Until you do that, stop even watching videos, because you waste your time. There is so much rubbish out there with people in assemblies spreading crap, charging money for the crap, and what's it achieving? Nothing. We've got two court cases and a grand jury set up on the 20th of March this year, just coming up next week. In fact, be there if you can to support us. We need a couple of hundred people so we can pick a jury, a lawful jury of 12 for each case, and a grand jury has 23. And instead of asking questions about what's a grand jury, what's a court case, what's common law, get off your butts, look it up. It's on London and it's on Rumble. Do a little bit of research. It's not hard. Stop pretending. I know people who going to meetings day in, day out, whenever they can. It's the same people going for the last 8 or 9 years. And believe it or not, they ask the same bloody questions at different meetings because they're not interested in progressing. They're regressive. One step at a time forward. And the only answer to that is men and women getting together in what's known as a gathering to seek a lawful remedy against these criminal politicians and corporations that are running our country. If you have a family crest, as the family name goes in there in brackets, which means it's actually on the document, but it's not part of the document because that's the deceased estated law.